Welcome back to Where Yellows Walk. It's where we look back on the last 7 days of all Oxford United social media takes, in particular, of course, that draw at Norwich. We start with this one. Isaac says, great point. Cumming was excellent again. Credit where credit is due. Phillips, get this, Phillips was excellent when he came on. Good goal for Sparky, and that was not the only tweet to mention that. So this week we're starting with the headline, Phillips for permanent left wing back. Can you believe it? We're also talking about beat Hull this week and we stay up. Is it that simple? And we're talking about wages. Who's the top earner at Oxford? And who would we love to see come up from League One now that Oxford are nearly safe? We're delighted to have Sam and Connor, of course, back with us. And we have Brannigan's Magic Hat from Twitter, otherwise known as Sam. Welcome, Sam. How are you?
Welcome all. Yeah, thanks for having me. Thank you very much.
Yeah, we've used many of your tweets on this channel for the last goodness knows how many weeks. So glad to have you here. On person. You are a very entertaining fella on Twitter. So lots to live up to. I'm only joking. Right? Can you believe it, Sam? We are now talking about. Is that the best game Phillips had in an Oxford shirt?
Ooh, probably. I mean, as we've talked about before, and exactly a long list. But you mentioned last week, Mark, that we're not going to talk about Phillips unless he scores. But he actually, fair play to him. He put in a pretty decent performance, and it's taken him a while. We'll put it that way. Fair play to him. He came on. He did the bits of work that he needed to. Not exactly in the attacking sense, but defensively, put in some good challenges. And he played a role in helping us get that point.
Yeah, let's have a look at a few more, shall we? Tyler Goodrum Enthusiast says, incredible performance. Kudos to Phillips. Best performance in Oxford shirt. Left wing back his best position onto Hull. Mick says, huge point. Brilliant defensive to play. Matt Phillips, permanent left back, had their wing back in his pocket. Hey, they didn't stop. I'm not making it up, Connor. They were all there saying, start him against Hull.
Yeah, I also said that he looked excellent against Hull. It's done his confidence the world of good. It's been so short on that recently, as much as we've also been slating him, which has been warranted, but now all the praise has been warranted also. Would I start him at left wing back against Hull? No, 'cause I'm not going to say that after one performance for 30 minutes, it should warrant him starting in a game which I think that will set up a little bit differently. So he's made one good performance. Let's just relax a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do Sam. Let's talk about this one. Your own tweet here. Can be proud of that one. Everyone working for each other in the team. Massive prize on offer Wednesday. Win and it's job done. We're inching closer to the objective. Is that it for you then, Sam? If you beat Hull, which you might do, they're not very good at home. Midweek, you're safe?
I think it'd be a massive step forward. I think, you're taking points off someone that can't claw them points back, and it puts even more pressure on Hull to win. So, I kind of see it as nearly job done, but obviously, beating a big rival down there would be a big bonus for us.
Yeah, I mean, you are, seven clear now? Your goal difference is way better than Luton's and way better than Plymouth. There's only really Derby now, Sam, really, that can possibly catch Oxford, but you've got one win is all. It's going to be 42, 43 is going to be enough to stay up, do you think?
Yeah, I always see like the 50 point.
I meant OG Sam here. That's going to go confusing. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, it's we'll have to wait and see. We've got 10 games left, so still a lot of points to play for. At the minute, like you say, we're 7 points off the dropping into the drop zone. 9 points separate us on the bottom of the table, so still quite tight in that situation. But it will be a massive step if we beat Hull. And obviously other results go our way. It could be, that step closer with obviously another two massive games being the penultimate away game and then the final away games of the campaign away in Wales.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we've given Harris a bit of a hard time over the last couple of weeks, but took his goal well, giving the world of confidence, won't it?
Yeah, it will have done. There's another Oxford podcast called The Detox, Sam said that all he needed was a goal to go off his backside. And it was a well-taken goal, but he just needed a goal just to get his confidence up. And I'm hoping that it has remnants of when we were in League One, when he got his goal after his long spell of being so dry. He started to get into that Mark Harris that he showed he was at the start of the season. So I'm hoping that history is going to repeat itself again and he starts scoring right when we need it.
Okay. Right. Other Sam now, down that. Ian says, Brown and Moore were immense, a well-deserved point away from home. So pleased for Harris, coming solid again. A great point. Just talk to me about Moore and Brown, Sam, and how impressive they've been in that particular game and recent weeks.
Massively stepped up for me. I think they've been the surprise packages, to be honest. I think Moore's really, really stepped up. Kieran Brown, in Moore's absence, led the line. Obviously, with Hellick coming in, playing the different system, going to 3 at the back, 5 at the back. Yeah, it's really, really, really impressed with Brown and Moore, to be honest.
Yeah. Other Sam W, could you have won that in the end?
Possibly. I mean, we had the chances. There was obviously Ole Romani had that chance in the opening minute, but just didn't take it at the right angle. Harris had a good chance down the right-hand side, I think, 10 minutes ago. I don't think, other than that, we've really showed much in the attacking end. It was much more about being defensively solid. And on Kieran Brown, I thought it's really interesting that the Radio Oxford team really pinpointed on the fact that when the Josh Sargent goal goes in, instead of shouting and screaming at Shane Poheta for being out of position, Kieran Brown seemed to have stepped up into a bit of a captain-like role, went over to him and said, look, you need to be a bit tighter, and basically talked to him calmly, which is, you expect kind of shouting and, raging from your defensive players if you concede, 6 minutes in. I think that's one of those games, like we'll probably see against Sheffield Wednesday, maybe definitely Sheffield United and Leeds United, where it will be defensively solid, try and scrape a point.
Cheers for that, Sam. There was one negative Jake said here, Connor, not a bad point. The only disappointment was the negative subs. Norwich were terrible and were there for the taking with more attacking intent. We could have taken more. Do you agree with that point?
No, not really. I didn't really see that Phillips was a negative sub. I thought when Matos came on, he had a very good appearance. I mean, the subs were outmade at the end of the day, helped us cling on to a point. So I can't really see how it's a negative. It was good game management, good game plan that they stuck to. So can't agree with that whatsoever.
Okay. Any other players for you, Sam, that need shout out before we move on from this game?
Oh, which one?
Yes, yeah, we're going round.
Around. Yeah, Matos, I think that was his best game. He looks like he's got pace and power. I think there's obviously a little bit of room for improvement, but obviously, he's a young lad. Romney, I think he has to start every week. He just looks like he's got a football brain. He can run in behind. He can find a pocket of space. I think he's absolutely, could be a stellar signing for us.
I would like to shout out Super Jim coming in goal.
Oh, what a save!
Yeah, some great saves. Yeah, especially in there. Good, right, and of course, 4 points from Norwich. That's not bad, is it? over the season at all. They're not very happy about it at all.
Surprise.
We're also talking about we're talking wages this week as well, as we've had publications. I'm sure you've seen it on social media from Salary Sport that has suggested what each club are paying in wages. It's not confirmed this by the club. It won't be obviously until tax year is over next year. We've had the accounts, but Sam W, it's reported that you are paying more than Portsmouth and Plymouth. But that is it. Does that surprise you at all?
I think it does surprise me that we're not the bottom two in terms of wages paid. I'm surprised that Salary Sport, they're we'll wait and see it on their source on this. But I'm surprised that Portsmouth are paying less than us, given that I know for a fact that their budget last season and also this summer, I believe, was bigger than ours. Coventry, I'm surprised only 10.3 million given the players they've got on their books. So there's a lot of question marks I've got with this list. But it doesn't surprise me that we are in the bottom few clubs in the division in terms of salaries, given, just come up from League One with a majority League One squad.
Who do we reckon is the highest earner then, according to Salary Sport? It may not be true, but any guesses?
We think it's Matt Phillips and Cameron Brannigan tied.
Matt Phillips is up there, yeah. 17.5 reported anyway with Hellick, and obviously it's the new contracts that you've just made, isn't it? So there's expected to be a little bit higher with obviously Brannigan there as well. But yeah, no one earning over $1 million, Connor. Does that surprise you?
No, not really. I mean, when we compartmentalise it, the size of Oxford compared to everybody else, maybe put Plymouth aside, but we shouldn't really be expecting to pay a player over £1 million. I don't really think, even though we have quite wealthy owners, we don't really have the capital to pay that much, especially when we have other interests that are going on the sides, i.e. the stadium. So we can't really afford to chuck money at players as much as we would love to. It's just the reality that we can't do that. So I think that this isn't really a surprise to anybody.
Sam, any surprises for you?
No, not really. Like I said, like Connor said, I think with side projects going on, I think that's why surviving this season it would be massive for us, because obviously then we can go on and then increase the budget a wee bit for next season.
Yeah. Right then. I mean, we'll look at it in 5 seasons' time. I'm sure we'll see some £1 million players there. Fingers crossed. Our last topic this week is you're looking to be reunited with some old friends very soon from League One. But which friends in particular would you like to be reunited with is our question. So looking at, I always do that. Let's press the right button. There we go. Looking at the 8 teams which are likely to be promoted currently from League One. We know Birmingham are there, but that's not the question we're asking. We're asking which one of these teams would you like to see in the Championship with you next season? Sam W., kick this off, please.
So I will say I'm looking forward to getting Birmingham our division. It's a close enough away day. Quite enjoyed the one to West Brom we just did, so that'll be quite interesting. Ding and Wickham can do one. I think Wickham are more likely to come up than anyone else. I'd really like Charlton to come up because it's always been a good away day for us. We've got some good results there. It's fairly close. And a shout out to Bolton. I quite like if they'd stay down in League One, given that the entire time I've been down, they've been banging on about being the biggest team in League One.
Okay. Connor?
See, Sam, the cynical one in me says that I'd like Wickham to come up because then that shows of at least one relegation spot gone.
Yeah, not wrong.
But no, I'm going to have to go with Sam. Charlton. It generally is one of my favourite away days, top 3, I think. Every time I've been there, don't think we've lost. Always gone there and had massive results, great games. Particularly sticks to mind. Went there, won 4-0, and then a few years before that, Ryan Ledson curling in from the edge of the box while scoring 2 goals inside a minute. Unbelievable day in the centre of London. Go out when it's in the sunshine. It's lovely. It's beautiful, and it actually is a very nice. I think it's a quite nice stadium.
Okay, well said. And Sam?
I'm going to go a bit different with this one. I'd actually like Stockport.
Oh, not bad.
I think with we come from a similar pathway. We was in step 1 once. They've gone as far down as step 2 in non-league, and they've come all the way back up. So I'd like to see that.
All right,
that's a fixture.
Good shout. Good shouts all round. Let us know in the comments what you think. Right, good luck against Hull. One more win for safety, and then we can relax and put our flip-flops on next week. Get our beach towels out and relax and watch the fun. Yeah. Join us for that next week. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you, Sam. Good to speak with you. And we'll see you in 7 days' time. Have a good one.